はい、こんにちは。ディスコエリジウム、ザ・ファイナルカット、続きをプレイしていきます。はい、というわけで、ルビーと対峙するんでしょうか。懐中電灯を出した方が、なるほどね。はいはいはい。よし。ルビーを探す。確かに暗い。ひっくり返ったテーブルはオレンジ色のカビに覆われている。カートの中に古い書類ホルダーがある。カビで銀色がかった書類が挟まれている。埃をかぶった何枚もの厚板ガラス。お、インターイソラスーツジャケット。暗示。暗示プライチ。古めかしいオフィス家具。全盛期のものか。倒壊によって地下室はほとんど封印されている。人一人がどうにか通れるぐらいだ。あれ入っちゃった。まずい。入り口だったか。これ上に行く通路だな。ちょっと一旦戻って、こちら側の探索がまだ終わっていないので、
This isn't just glass. These are old computation components.
これがコンピューターの構成部品だって？
Yes, filament memories.
これもなんだ。
wires were cast in glass, slides with an inlaid nervous system.
どんな仕組みだ？
The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know. The why is easy, because they hadn't come up with modern silicon-based systems yet. For vitreous cast filament memories, though, these seem incredibly advanced.
おい見ろよ、古いサイバネティクスだ。
So it is. I think it is used to form a single system, slotted in the wall.
これがフェルド R&D 部署の慣れの果てか？
The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean.
再生実験の一部か。
These? No. These are old filament memories. I hope you're not expecting to find a device here. You will be disappointed.
思考を終了する。持ってったりはできないんだね。懐中電灯の明かりの中に壁の割れ目が。ベッドだ。古い繊維と埃の匂いがする。もう何ヶ月も、あるいは何年も誰もここで寝ていないだろう。なんだこれ？帽子。革命派の帽子。マゾフ派社会経済学プラス1。鍋と食器が埃と蜘蛛の巣にまみれている。革命のプロパガンダが二段ベッドの上に散らばっている。古いビラとパンフレットだ。外から見えた細長い窓。
A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait.
肖像画の埃を払う。
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly.
クラスマゾフだ。とんだお騒がせ者な。
Yes. Looks like some latter-day radicals were hiding out here. They left a long time ago.
ずいぶん前ってどれぐらいだ？
Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted.
秘密の武器庫に、これなんて言うんだろうな。防空壕でもないし、まあ、壕は壕だけど、わかりませんが、はい。一体なぜこんなものが？
We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers.
Good hiding place for someone who's up to no good.
ここに引っ越そうかな。居心地が良さそうだ。
I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case.
学生の部屋で見つけたマーゾフの胸像と関係している可能性は、なるほどね。あれか。
Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student. The youths always go for this kind of stuff.
アパートの部屋の一室にあったやつだね。胸像。ここに誰かが最近立ち寄った可能性は？
You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
立ち去る。さあ、足跡あり。砂についたブーツの跡、片方の靴はもう片方よりすり減っているようだ。その足跡がこっち側に向かっているな。トンネルが崩壊している。他の道を探すほかない。じゃあ2回行った方がいいのかな。騒音がジージーという音が大きくなっていく。
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
おい、何か感じないか？
No, what do you mean?
いや、痛みだよ。妙なうずきだ。
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
俺も見たよ。右足の靴底が摩耗していた。
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
どういう意味だ？
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
制御不能の事態か。
This part of town is a fine clockwork puzzle. Disturb its peace, and it will start breaking down uncontrollably. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
イブラートが港を乗っ取る計画を立てているのは分かった。ジョイスに伝えるべきだ。ジョイスに伝えるべきか？
I leave that to your judgment. You already know what I think about cross-pollinating information like this. It's dangerous, but...
He just can't be sure. Maybe it will yield something useful.
ジョイスから事件について知っていることを聞いたが、彼女には他にも聞きたいことがある。
Yes. There won't be time for that once things go down. Matter of fact, I don't think there's time for it now, but...
事態はどこまで悪化すると思う？
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
この先に何が待っていると思う？
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
OK。じゃあちょっと一旦戻ろう。この先にいる。 で、こっちの上に上がったところ何なんだ？別の入り口だったりすんのかな？汚れと埃がこびりついた窓ガラス。外がほとんど見えない。屋上だ。真ん中の梁は放火で破壊されている。突風と高さにめまいがする。あ、もしはしごで登ってきたら、こっからこう行けたんだね。なるほどね。それでは、退治しましょうか。右手には拳銃。服装とかこれで大丈夫かな？警官っぽい格好するか。うん。ネクタイ。ネクタイこれでいいのかな？うん。シルクスか。ああ、これでいいや。パンツファルン。まあ、ファルン優秀だよな。まあ、これでいいか。これ最強か。最強ですね、これね。警官っぽい。警官っぽいかな。ん？なんかいそう。砂と埃に埋もれたコンクリート缶。ドラム缶にお金。お金。いる人が。
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull.
なんだこれ。
A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice.
キムもなんか苦しんでるな。
It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
As she says the word officer, you feel a spike in the agony. It sounds like the entire radio frequency range is screaming directly into your neural pathways.
耳を塞げ。もうなんかもう二人とも塞いでるけど、塞げ。
No, buddy, that's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this.
やばい。
It's an
回復しとこ
entirely new type of experience, way worse than all the previous ones. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
逮捕する。と言うんだ。逮捕すると言うか。
Really now? Check this out.
ああ、ごめんなさい。
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain.
いや、まずいな、これ。1になったらなんかもう死んじゃいそうだよね。体力全部減って死ぬってことが今までないからな。回復。俺も殺す気なのか？
No, I'm not going to fucking kill you. If that had been my plan, you'd be dead already.
なるほ
All
ど。
things considered, I'm being pretty reasonable here. I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
Blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
ああ。あんたが書いた数式を見た ULAN 周波数だな。
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at. A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break loose.
そもそもペイルって何なんだっていうなんか会話してる余裕あるのかな。うん。そもそもペイルって何なんだ。
The pale? It's the end of the world.
こりゃすごいが今は話を。殺された男の話をしよう。
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
頼むからその装置を止めてくれ。聞きたいことがあるんだ。先に進んだ方が良さそうだね、これね。
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
You're looking for a deal with my mattress.
これ止まんないのか？次進んじゃうよ。
Turn this.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
優しい。
The gun she's carrying is a two-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this. There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you keep her distracted for long enough, maybe. Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time.
一発あげるか。92。よし、会話をとりあえず聞こう。これは聞いちゃダメだね。なぜ俺たちが来ることが分かった？
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
床板の下に弾を隠してか？
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
言っとくが、あの洗濯婦がイソベルがあんたを撃ったわけじゃないぞ。
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
だがどうして弾を隠した？
This could have turned out pretty bad for me if you hadn't walked right into 25 bands of ultra-high frequencies.
このまま行っちゃおうか。92%。6だから、22で4以上ね。1が出なきゃもう勝ちだよ。そんなことないな。まあ1が出なかったら勝ちか。いきます。OK。そんなゆっくりそんなゆっくりいくんだ。またなんかダイヤル回されそうだけど。
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
無事か、キム。
All good, officer. Be careful.
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
まずい。どうしよう、修二学君に。レッドスキルチェック。銃を下ろすよう説得する。厳しいな。何をしているだな、まずは。
Problem solving.
Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are...
Oh, yes, it is.
いや、厳しい。2つのサイコロ両方とも5以下が出たら終わる。行くか。行かない選択肢はないね。
You should know the words
だよ
to
な
say.
ー。うわ、惜しい。あと1だ
So
っ
why
た
is。it not coming to you?
なんだって俺はバカみたいに突っ立ってるんだ。
Because you've misread the situation from the beginning, and now her finger squeezes the trigger.
頼むよ。何か一言でいいんだ。
No, wait. Finally, it comes to you. A way to connect with her.
これ違う気がするな、この発言。あんたの辛さはわかる。俺も女たちに裏切られてきた。 なあ。
She flashes you an incredulous grin. Then she exhales sharply, shakes her head, and pulls the trigger. You watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair.
なんてこった。
Fuck.
Get a hold of yourself. He needs your support now, too.
いや、惜しかった。9か、才能目。ポイント振るか迷ったんだよな。1ポイント振ったところで、どこだかわかんないけど、ここか。1ポイント振ったところでだよなっていうところで、渋ったのが良くなかった。まあ、これも選択だな。俺たちは一体何をしてしまったんだ。
Our job. It went really bad. And now we need to clean it up.
彼女を見殺しにしてしまった。説得できなかった。
Lieutenant Yefreitor Dubois, control your emotions. We did our job. This won't be the worst thing that happens on this case, believe me. You can't let this break you.
There is no coming back from this one. It will stay with you in nightmares.
俺たちのせいだ。
We are cops. Everything is our fault if we let it be.
もうたくさんだ。こんな仕事はもうしたくない。さて、これからどうする？いやー、もうしたくないは無理だな。うん。ここで放り投げることはできないよね。これからどうする？さて、こんなすぐに平静を私は取り戻せないけど、これからどうするではある。
We clean up. It may take days for processing to pick up her body. We need to move it somewhere. That tent there.
ああ、そこのテントね。ナクトウェイ A18 ペッパーボックスピストル。コンパクトで無駄のないデザインの二連式拳銃。命中精度は今一つだが耐久性は高い。引っかき傷のついたくるみ材のグリップは以前の持ち主の使い込みによって光沢を帯びている。どっちがいいんだろうね。うん。あとあれか。弾は9ミリ使えるのかな？あ、でも使えるのか。さて。暗い水面が遠くまで続いている。出口はない。調理器具、バナナガイを作ったようだ。おー、ドルアミンだって。やったね。だいぶ体力減って使っちゃったからな。お金8。ここに住んでたんだ。
It was pitched by practiced hands. She was used to camping out.
中を見る。
You see a rolled up sleeping bag and personal belongings.
We should put her in the sleeping bag, so the rats don't get to her.
よし、こっちに運ぼう。
The lieutenant nods. There she lies, cocooned in the sleeping bag, surrounded by empty cigarette packs, books, and half-read magazines.
懐中電灯で本と雑誌を照らす。
Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
See anything?
雑誌を調べる。
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine. It's a leather notebook.
手帳だ。
You pocket the worn brown leather journal.
We should read this immediately, like right now.
今すぐに読む。大切に使われてきた革表紙の日記。裏面に、シェンダーというブランド名がエンボス加工で刻まれている。孤独な旅人の忠実な友だったようだ。
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket.
表紙を観察する。
It's made of full grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name. Schneller.
シュネラー。
Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved among architects and engineers.
じゃあそのシュネラーの手帳を紐解きましょう。紐を解きましょう。
The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled.
筆跡を改める。
The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins.
ページをめくっていく。
It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
We could learn a lot from this.
物流について何が書かれているんだ？
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
Professionalism is his coping mechanism.
これらの図は何を示している？
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
個人的な記述はあるか？
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. The way some of those question marks trail off into ellipsis, she was going through a tough time. Staff issues, always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal.
最も古い日付の日記はいつだ？
The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It
昨年？
reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
あ、古いか。なるほどね。レリーが死んだ日には何が書いてある？
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it.
あれは巡り巡って私を滅ぼすだろう。あれ？最も新しい日記には何が書いてある？日記を読み終える。
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, Even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
まあなんかもともと覚悟はしていたっぽいけどな。
I don't think she killed the mercenary. It looks like she might have been framed. Too bad we didn't really get to hear her side of the story.
This whole thing was a detour, and a fatal one, he thinks. Don't get emotional.
つまり彼女は濡れ衣のせいです。濡れ衣のせいで死んだのか？嘘だ。
She was in plenty of trouble, even without the murder charge. Still, it's a nasty business.
それじゃ傭兵殺しの真犯人は誰なんだ？
Classio was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself, or...
ありそうな話だ。
Either way, we need to keep an eye on her. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling in rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
マジか。嘘だ。クラーシェは違うと思ってたよ。やってしまったなぁ。移動するか。あれ移動できない？ここ教会じゃないの？歩いて戻るの？
Our tenant, the policeman.
あ、移動できないな。歩いて戻るしかないな、これ。
Stop. Just up ahead. Danger.
なんだって？
You are prepared. Don't put away your friend. Your weapon.
うわ、いるじゃん。アーマー着てるな。準備はできている。お前の友、お前の武器を手放すな。
The barrels of your Villier's 9mm pistol shine threateningly in the cold spring lights.
キム、この先は危険だぞ。
Yes, I hear commotion. Let's go.
いつでも行けるぞ。
Good. Be ready to take damage.
どうする？手さばきついてるな。肉体装置もついてるし。まあ割と、権威。警官として権威があった方がいいのか。 牽引装備なんてないよね。内陸帝国。通核敷地。電気科学。ああ、電気科学か。悩むなぁ。何をつけた方が、何をつければ正解なのか。そう、これからのスキルチェックね。絶対スキルチェックがあるから、手さばきはまあまあブーストしてるからいいとして、手と目の強調か。つけとくか。ピンボール台ピンボール大職人のコート。いや、絶対警官っぽい格好の方がいい気もするけど。あー。肉体装置を換。権威がマイナス2。そうね。そうね。あんまりマイナスがない方がいいよね。銃絶対撃つもんね。手と目の強調はブーストしといた方がいいよな。よし。まあ、あとはもう、このポイント。ポイントを振りまくる。ここで死にたくない私は。って考えると、これでいこうか。いるなぁ。わー。ハーディボーイズも。どっちだ？君はいけんか。まあ待て待て待て。まあ待て待て待てと間に入ってみる。この人何？この人何？ 3 人目がいる？あれ ?2 人しかいないと思ってたんだけど。あれ何も会話ができない。会話ができるのは、タイタス。
The Copper-nado is back. What do you want?
フリーズした気がする。フリーズしてますかこれ。フリーズしてますね。なんてこった。よし。戻ってきましたよと。おう。なるほどね。こういう会話が本来はあるべきだったんだ。うんうんうん。
Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right?
Shut up. You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm.
キム、何が起きてるんだ？
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kypt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Courty.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street? This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fellas?
He is facing overwhelmingly superior firepower, and he knows it.
Peaceful.
誰これこれ誰あれ4人組だった ?3 人組だったんじゃないの ?3 人組で1人レリーが死んだから残り2人だと思ってたんだけど、もう1人いるのか。怖っ武装した男の男は泣いているように聞こえる。ルード・オーエン・クローベン。
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
Fuck, there's a third one. How did we miss something like this?
ああ、やっぱりそうだよね。3人組だと思ってたけど、実は4人組だったってことか。
This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all, heavily armed.
うん。時間切れだ、これは。なんか諦めちゃってる感じするな、これ。あのでかいのはゲートにいた傭兵だ。スト破りのリーダーだ。まあ、これは今更だよね。どうする？
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
そうだね。警察だ、やめろ。
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.